high-speed business at a record pace.
Get 7 miles per gallon on this smoke. This is ship that made a castle.
Yeah. What's up?
Yo,
This is it.
this is it. We're live.
This is the podcast, live and in charge.
Live
the
and
fast
uncut.
ones. This is the fast ones.
Yes, it is.
My name is Max, and this is my co-host Mike. I don't
Hey.
know why I started off like that.
I mean, we did. We started
Because
it.
the fans need
It's
to know
too late
where
now.
they're at. The
Yes.
live stream is happening, and they need to know that they're here.
This is how it goes sometimes when we are underprepared.
And we recognize that Carlos was the first to comment on the
Yes.
live stream. We would have made you the moderator, but we were too far away from the computer when this happened.
But it was a little bit difficult to make that happen.
So, moderator, honorary moderator.
Honorary moderator Carlos. That's a lot of R's.
It's a
in
lot
that.
of R's. A lot of R's.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show today.
Yes.
We had a race this weekend. Just got off the Austin Grand Prix.
We did.
Is it the U.S. Grand Prix or the Austin Grand Prix?
It is considered
Kinda
the
both.
United States Grand Prix.
At COTA.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Plus whatever.
But we
insert
say that
whatever
for every
sponsor.
race now. Miami and Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Or is it the Las Vegas Grand Prix, Miami Grand Prix, and the U.S. Grand Prix?
I don't know.
There's a
Miami's-
disconnect.
Miami seems like, yeah, I think United States Grand Prix is Texas.
Yeah.
I think the
Why
other
does that
two,
get the country name and not the city name?
So that's a good question because in the past,
yeah.
there was like a competition or at least annually a country in Europe was selected to be the European Grand Prix.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so they don't really do that anymore. But
Yeah.
at one stage, it was kind of like, okay, this year, Germany is the European Grand Prix.
Okay. And it was just like different branding, different like
Yeah, it was
flags
just like
flying
this
over
year
the track.
it's this one, right?
Yeah.
And so kind of a funny thing. But
That
yeah.
little known fact.
Russell C. Stevens says it's got the biggest flag, which
It does.
which would
Holy cow, it does.
which would be a good reason to assign it the United States Grand Prix title
Oh, just off the flag alone.
just off the flag.
Great observation by Russell, because I was
Yeah.
watching that this weekend and the flag was furling in the wind. Just like it was so great.
Well, and it was windy too.
The wind was perfect.
Yeah.
And it just covered the whole track. Like the one camera behind it, just a giant flag.
We
covering
actually missed the crash
the track
between Lando and Oscar
Austin. It was so big.
because the flag was in the way.
I agree. That could be it. And plus, like they put a lot of stars and stripes around the track.
Yes.
So I think that all makes sense.
Yeah, and something about Texas feels very American. Mm-hmm. It also feels very Texan.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Start the show off.
Let's
had
go.
someone write in a question to the show.
Okay.
This is friend of the show, Blake.
Okay.
He wrote to us back in June, and I just checked the email.
Nice.
So we're gonna answer this question.
Nice.
Let's see if it's still relevant.
Okay.
And if it's not, we'll do our best to answer anyway.
Yes.
Okay, what's up, Haas boys / fast ones? It's not that old.
When you got an OG fan,
But yeah, an OG fan knows the Haas boys. That's
Haas
where we
boys.
came from. And I did get a new Haas hat. I've been excited to wear it on the podcast episode.
corduroy.
I legit bought this hat.
It's really cool. Yeah.
My other
because
hats have
they
been-
don't send us anything.
Yeah, and I had to buy this myself. Then the other ones
Henry Wallace.
the other ones I've made myself.
Yeah, totally.
But I like this hat. Okay, he says, been loving the live streams this year. Yes. Even when Kevin does some fact checking. Wow.
Yeah. It's been a few months since Kevin's fact checked anything.
I like when our fans are calling out Kevin.
Yeah.
They're getting in on it.
Yeah, they know. They know.
If you're new to the podcast, feel free to throw shade at Kevin, who's a producer on this show, doesn't do anything.
Parentheses, doesn't do anything.
Maybe Blake could be our honorary producer of this show. We
Yeah.
have an honorary moderator and an
Yeah.
honorary producer.
We got a few.
Okay, we'll get to this question. My
Okay,
question
yes.
is, when will Io stand up and push back against the stewards who have clearly been punishing Ollie for his comments after Imola's qualifying session? We're finally getting to the Imola news.
Yes, yes.
Do you remember this?
I don't even remember what his comments were.
The next paragraph says, in Imola, Ollie stated, I believe it's totally unfair to have the lap deleted.
Okay.
I feel like once they make a decision, even if it's wrong, even if it's clearly wrong, they're not going to turn back on it. And that seems a bit harsh.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he says in Monaco, he got a 10-place grid penalty for not smashing into the side of Carlos Sainz. And then in Spain, Lawson hits him from behind, and somehow Bearman ends up with a 10-second penalty, causing him to drop to 17th while Lawson gets nothing. So I think what Blake is saying, he's like, Bearman mouthed off to the FIA, and the FIA found ways to give him penalties in future races.
So if I'm understanding correctly, Bearman and the FIA's relationship is McLaren and Oscar Piastri's relationship.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right? Am I understanding this correctly?
Yeah. No, it's weird because Bearman is English, and the FIA usually loves the English. But maybe not that specific situation. But do you think the FIA holds grudges like that?
100%.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, they also do really petty things that we've talked about in the past where they'll be like, didn't give a penalty for this when they should have. And so, or did give a penalty when it was a bit harsh, and
Just
then they'll
complete
let
inconsistency in their rulings.
Yeah. Then the next week, that same driver will do something that was way more blatant and should be penalized, and they give him grace because they're like, oh, well, we penalized him last week, and maybe we shouldn't have.
That is a weird aspect of this sport.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's very subjective.
Can you imagine LeBron James like getting a technical foul in a basketball game because he like hit some guy?
Right.
And then the next game, he does it again, and they're like, well, we gave him one last time.
Right.
It makes no sense.
Right. It's
a sport.
It is so stupid. But I think that, like, to answer Blake's question, he's going off in the chat because he's here. He's ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
He said, definitely still relevant. Ollie got hosed this weekend. Nothing happened to Yuki.
We'll talk about it.
And we're going to get to that as well. But Carlos turned in on him a few races ago, and Ollie got a 10-second penalty for it, which I do remember that as well.
Yeah.
But I think that it's less to do with Oliver Bearman.
Okay.
And more to do with the team that he races for, which we acknowledge the meatball flag is a problem with. Kevin Magnussen got the meatball flag,
but Lando didn't.
Yeah. Right?
Uh-huh.
And this weekend, George Russell drives Max Verstappen off the freaking track.
Yeah.
Gets no penalty.
Uh-huh.
Ollie Bearman goes off track with no room on the inside against Antonelli in the sprint race. There was literally no room for him to be any more on the inside and got a 10-second penalty.
Gosh. Yeah.
What? George Russell literally ran Verstappen off the road and Ollie gets a penalty?
Yeah.
For being 2 centimeters off the white line? Like, are we for real right now?
Yeah. A little frustrating.
It's so frustrating.
Pretty inconsistent.
It's so inconsistent.
Yeah.
And Ollie's British. So here's me being like, it's
the Haas team.
It's Haas.
Yeah.
Okay, like, not even the British bias can save him from how much the FIA has
Hates
a
the
stigma
American team
against Gene and the Haas team.
Yeah. Interesting.
And it's weird because I thought, like, initially when this was all going down, that maybe it was like Gunter related.
Really?
Because, you know, he's kind of a funny guy, but he also shoots it pretty straight.
Yeah.
For, like, if people are being shady or political or whatever, it'd be like, that's a load of bull crap.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
he would be that guy to call out the FIA and stuff like that. So for that to linger after he's gone, it's like, is there more to it?
There's probably more to it. I mean,
Right.
yeah, American, they're the tiny little like self-made team.
Yeah.
They're just not the big heritage teams of like the Ferraris and the Mercedes and the McLarens.
And
Yeah.
maybe it's because, like, when Haas joined the sport, they were best of the rest with the off-the-shelf Ferrari part idea. And all the other teams were pissed because they were like, we're paying millions in development.
Yeah.
And this off-the-shelf company comes in.
How
and
dare this
freaking-
rinky-dink USA team come in and kind of show everyone up.
Right.
Using spare parts.
And the FIA took a lot of heat on behalf of Haas
What do you
over
mean?
that because they were allowing it, right? Like this off-the-shelf parts thing. So maybe that's the originator.
Maybe.
Maybe the FIA is still holding a grudge about being like, do you know? And do you realize how much heat we took for
I guess
you?
I'm looking like really like ignorant right now, but they hold grudges years and decades.
Oh, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I guess not even that I'm imagining. It seems like it is
seems
happening.
Like it is happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was just a side topic? Who was I'm drawing a blank, so you have to help me with the name.
Yeah.
But I feel like there was someone who maybe worked for McLaren or Mercedes, didn't anymore, and then he's part of the FIA,
Oh, that's how that usually goes.
which is wild.
They're usually former staff of teams.
So you can have grudges and rivalries that exist between teams like 10 years ago, 20
Well,
years ago.
it's funny
and
that
then this guy gets promoted to then give out the penalties. And he's
Right.
like, oh, I hate Christian Horner.
That was
I hate Total Wolf. Remember in 2010,
Yeah.
he ran my driver off the road with his
Yeah.
driver?
Yeah.
He's getting penalties.
I'm trying to think of who it was. He used to be a reporter. So chat, if you guys can remember his name. He's a former driver as well. He raced in Martin Brundle's era. He's a British guy who used to be on the Sky Sports team. But he and Fernando Alonso used to get into it.
As drivers.
No, over like press stuff because he was a Sky Sports reporter.
Oh, at that point, he was reporting.
Yeah, and
Alonso was doing like the Q&As after and stuff.
and Alonso would just shoot him super straight and be really mean because he would report something that was really unfair, and then Alonso would be like, call him out on it mid-interview. And Johnny Herbert is his name.
Johnny Herbert. What a name pull, dude. Good job.
Going through my head in the memory bank. But Johnny Herbert and Alonso, if you Google it, you can find the interview clip where Alonso and him get into it. But I think it was in Abu Dhabi or Bahrain or something. But Johnny Herbert is now a steward for the FIA.
Oh.
And Alonso has gotten penalties on race weekends that he's a steward. And he goes, this can't be the way that we go about racing.
Because he knows.
Because he knows that guy hates him.
So when they say the stewards, those are who the stewards are. Just these
They
guys.
always alternate.
They alternate.
There's a revolving door of stewards. They're usually like four of them or four to
They're
five.
not the same ones. I didn't know this.
Yeah, so they
Okay.
rotate in and out each weekend.
Oh.
But there's a race director.
I guess like referees. There's different referees for every NFL,
right,
NBA game.
and umpires,
Yeah.
right?
Just different
for
ones.
baseball. But
Gotcha.
when you
What's up?
Carlos is commenting that you're way ahead of me in the M&M's game. It's a 5-0 count right now. They're Max's M&M's. They're just center of the table.
Are
okay?
they? Hopefully they're not being caught in the mic.
No.
Let me hear.
They for sure are.
If you can hear chewing, I'll stop. Carlos, you have a good ear for what's getting caught in the mic. If you can hear me crunching away at these M&Ms, let me know and I'll stop.
If anything, that's going to be messing with the auto switcher this week.
I
is the
moved them
crunch
to the
decibels.
center to share with Mike.
I had a cheesecake before we started. You think I
And
need some
you
M&Ms?
made fun of me using my hands to do it. And I was like, I thought we were friends.
You manhandled all of the M&Ms.
I pushed them like this. It's just
Chat level with me.
I did not manhandle the M&Ms. If anything, I know I'm touchy about who touches my food.
Okay. Let me get back on this.
What
okay.
were we talking about?
We were talking about stewards.
Johnny Herbert.
And
being
Johnny
a
Herbert.
A Stubert.
Okay, but the other thing
Johnny
is
Stubert.
Stubert. Herbert. But the way that this works is that there's also a race director. Michael Massey was a race director.
Okay.
And he took over for Charlie Whiting, who was race director for a long time.
And that's the same for every race.
Right. But then after Michael Massey's little fallout
Yes.
from 2021,
Uh-huh.
they decided to alternate race directors like they do stewards.
Oh.
So that way it wasn't
You don't
just
have this
one
monopoly.
guy who's
this guy reigning supreme over all the races.
right, which was,
Okay,
I will say,
I
is
think that's
not a
good move.
terrible decision.
Yeah, that's a good move.
But one thing that I will say is abundantly clear, and I literally was thinking about this week before Blake's questions. This is great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Blake, for this question. There's no American representation in the stewards. From what I understand in my research, I can't find anybody who's actually been an American steward. And I'm curious if that's maybe part and parcel of this issue
Yeah.
of Haas constantly getting extremely harsh penalties
Yeah.
versus the other teams because they're the outlier.
Yeah.
They aren't British based, well, they are, but only to an extent.
Yeah.
And not British founded, at least.
I mean, this is a weird comparison, but I feel like if it's anything like the weird comments and the snide remarks we get from European fans on our channels,
None of our
Like,
listeners could see the
questioning
aggressive eye roll I just gave.
questioning why are Americans even watching the sport, let alone talking about it.
Yeah.
If it's that same attitude, then
Yeah.
no wonder.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
wonder. Because they're going to be like, oh, no, McLaren, Aston Martin, those are real teams.
Right.
Haas, no, stuff those guys.
Right.
Yeah, they don't belong here.
No, exactly.
They better earn it. So
Yeah.
meatball flag them.
Totally.
Yeah.
And Carlos just asked, are there Spanish stewards? I believe there have been at times. But this is part of the issue, I think, with
Alonso
this.
says that, yeah.
Yeah. The part of the issue that I think that we've encountered with this is that you have to be... Blake just asked, how soon after Russell retires does he become a steward?
Oh, he's already training.
That's called 2026. That's his next
He's going to be the
season.
first in-car steward. Well, they will refer to
He's
him on
lobbying for it
all
currently.
questions. Yeah.
But anyways, that's part of the thing that's interesting about like the stewards is like how you get into the FIA. You can't currently be involved in the team and some of
Yeah.
that stuff. Because I think like Pedro De La Rosa would be a killer steward. But
Who's he?
Pedro De La Rosa was a former F1 driver, but he's also represented Aston Martin as like a
Okay.
PR rep
Okay.
over the last few years. But like
Sounds Spanish.
he is.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a Spaniard F1 driver. But but he's been involved in Aston Martin's program. So it's like you have to retire from that and then become a steward. Because like before Ben Sulayem, Jean Todt from
Okay, I remember that name.
Jean Todt was the Ferrari CEO during Michael Schumacher's winning years. Jean Todt was FIA president. And so it's like, here's a guy who ran an F1 team for a very successful period and ended up being president of the FIA.
Yeah.
But he had to retire from all of that first. And then Ross Brawn went to the FIA and helped.
That's the guy I was thinking of. Ross
Yeah.
Brawn. Yeah.
So it's like usually that is part of the progression. You retire from being a part of a successful team and then you go
And
be
you
part of the FIA
continue
and
to help your old team.
Yeah, totally. But also be a part of the governing body to be like, I know how everyone cheats because I was one of them. So let me help you write the rule book
Yeah.
so people cheat less.
Yeah, that makes sense. But still, interesting to talk about.
For sure.
And might explain a lot of things about Haas and Ollie Bearman
Totally.
and those British biases.
And those biases.
Yeah, exactly.
What we'll call them.
Did you see it was a few weeks ago, there was an interview on the grid where Martin Brundle was talking to Oscar Piastri, and he just like cut him off mid-sentence to talk to another British guy. And people are like, the
Just
British
sounds about
bias
right.
is really strong.
It is,
Yeah.
especially against young Oscar. And this
Championship
weekend,
leader, and you're like, oh, is there a British boy over here?
come here, football player.
No one can understand this Aussie.
Yeah, he's-
This degenerate convict of a person.
Yeah, there's clearly no class in his heart.
That's a
at
perfect
all.
Brundle.
Yeah, exactly. I can't do a Brundle. I wish I could.
Yeah, no, I
It
can't
is
do a Brundle.
extremely unique.
It is, it is unique.
But
Yeah.
anyway, this weekend I felt like you could see that bias. It was written all over their faces this weekend.
What do you mean?
Just the reporting, and as much as I love Crofty
Yeah.
and Brundle both, sometimes I wondered, at what point do you guys not hear it in your own voice when you're talking about Lando
Yeah,
or
well, what is it like? Is Crofty? They're on the Sky Sports broadcast, right?
which is British,
So it is British. They're talking to their home. Supposed to be talking like their home crowd.
right?
I was watching it on the other broadcast.
On the F1 broadcast, yeah.
And I noticed, I did pay attention to a lot of the moments where Lando was trying to pass Charles. They weren't like hyping him up. They're like, he's making pretty obvious moves. Like,
Right.
he's not doing anything special.
Like overly clever.
He's not doing anything clever. He's
Right.
like, these are all the moves that Charles would be expecting someone to try and do to overtake him.
Right.
He's like, and this is why he couldn't get past Max on like whatever race it was in the past and things that you've talked about.
Right.
Like Max, if Lando's coming up behind him, Max is going to anticipate what he's doing. And if it's not clever, he's not going to pass him.
Right.
Then Max learns the move and then Lando can't pass him because Max will anticipate everything.
Right.
And so that broadcast wasn't being as kind during that moment.
Right.
Still, it's not like it's not there.
Well, and I will give him credit that again, we're going to talk more about this in depth, I'm sure, as we get into the sprint race and a few other things.
Yeah.
But I was surprised that they weren't so quick to jump to, oh, that was clearly Oscar. Like I thought for sure that they would have done that. And they were like, oh, it's a turn one racing incident, which I was like, oh, okay.
That did,
at least they're being reasonable.
And maybe they've been tipped off by McLaren to be like, hey, we all know that we're trying to eliminate Oscar. Can we not make it obvious? Because everyone is heightened to the fact that we're trying to.
Yeah.
Let's play it cool in Austin. Just take it easy. Let's pretend that we like Oscar for this race.
Let's pretend that you guys work on a nuclear submarine and you can't tell anyone your secrets.
Yeah.
Just for one
play
race
it cool.
weekend. Let's try to keep it on
Be
the
a
DL.
little subtle about this.
Yeah.
Everyone noticed. I noticed that they didn't show any shots of the girlfriends.
Yes.
I'll say it. I want shots of the girlfriends.
At least once
Yeah.
for each.
For each.
We didn't ask for it. This is an overcorrection.
No, this is the pendulum swung way far the other way. Like it's a 2-hour race.
We're also looking for we were also saying that variety, bring
mean-
Leo Leclerc in this. We want to see a wiener dog every once in a while.
Something for the boys to look at. I mean, we don't just want to see cars all the time.
And handsome Euro boys. We want to see their model girlfriends too.
Yeah.
Carlos, keep your mouth shut next time. And I'm not talking to my dad. I'm talking Carlos Sainz.
I was thinking that I think that there is a big influx of new fans to the sport.
Yeah.
A lot of Americans.
Right.
A lot of girls are coming into the sport. Tons.
It's the highest percentage of female viewership of any sport.
It's way cool.
It's 46%.
Yeah, and it's so great that it's a great sport that everyone can get into.
Right.
And I genuinely think that they're considering that there are lots of female viewers.
Right.
And I know that all those female viewers are enjoying the sport. They're enjoying the drivers, the rivalry, the competition.
Right.
They're also curious about the girlfriends of the drivers.
Totally.
Naturally, I think that that's what they're into.
Right.
I'm into it just because I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
who's Carlos dating?
Yeah.
They're into it way more because they're also watching Love Island.
Right. Yeah, totally.
They need the blend.
They need,
It's ingrained in the DNA.
and they're
need
already,
it.
here's the thing. That audience base is following them on social media, so they know who they're dating.
Yeah.
And they are seeing their social feed, so they see that reflected on TV to be like, oh, I knew she was there this weekend or
Yeah.
whatever, right?
It's
So
the whole thing.
there's a whole ecosystem there that the TV director is trying to emphasize.
Yeah, and so
I'll admit that the TV director sucks at cutting to the part of the race that we should be seeing.
yeah, they just needed to make the adjustment of
It's just
let's
fine-tuning.
not show other people and girlfriends when there's a battle happening.
Right.
Maybe when there's nothing going on,
Yeah.
we cut to the girlfriend.
Yeah. If Lance Stroll is battling someone,
Cut to the girlfriend.
well, actually don't, because there's going to be a crash. Just stay on it.
Oh, that
Yeah.
crash.
Yeah. Obliterated.
He just T-boned straight into
Yeah.
who was it?
It was Ocon.
The Ocon.
Yeah.
Just right at corner one.
And then he just raises his hand out of the halo.
That was me.
It's my bad.
bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's like Mighty Ducks when
Cutting
everyone's
someone
like,
off in traffic. Just oh, sorry.
yeah.
My bad.
It's like Goldberg. It was me or whatever. That's what it felt like a little.
So yeah, the pendulum swung way the other way. I do need to see a little celeb action. I need to see a little girlfriend action.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do like the reactions. What?
Yeah. We're getting some approval here.
Yeah. Okay. I
Also,
do like
Kyle has joined us.
Kyle. Welcome.
I called him Kylo.
Kylo Ren.
Sorry, I didn't mean to refer to Star Wars.
is here from the Imperial forces.
But Sloan says that they show the WAGs, wife and girlfriends, in
yeah.
other sports. Huge overcorrection. He's agreeing with us.
Yeah.
Veronica Harvey joining in the chat.
Welcome, Veronica.
She says, okay, now I'm curious, what kind of girl dates an F1 driver? Just wondering what my chances are.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
They seem to always be models.
There's a good chance that they're models.
It's a high chance.
Yeah.
High chance.
And also
European.
daughters of race car drivers.
That's a true one.
Yeah. But also because that
Yeah.
race car driver married a model.
Yeah.
And then their daughter is inevitably a model.
Yeah.
Which would Gerhard
Yeah.
Berger's daughter, Heidi.
Okay, right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or Kelly Piquet.
Kelly Piquet. Kelly Piquet.
It's like they're definitely sticking with the trend.
Yeah. Although Lewis, I don't know who he's dating, but he seems to just date
Everyone.
recently OnlyFans models. Which in the past he used to date like pop stars and pussycat dolls.
Which was the OnlyFans models of the 2000s.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Sticking with the trend.
yeah, he's always had a type. So hopefully that answers your question,
Yeah.
Veronica. Welcome to the show.
Yes, thanks for joining us.
But yeah, I think they need to go a little bit back. I do like reaction shots. If it's from the parents, the wives, the girlfriends, or just like the crew. If there's an overtake or something scary happens, to get a quick reaction shot.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah, like from the
Because I'm
pit
like,
wall or
Lando's
anybody.
mom is here.
Yeah, totally.
Lando doesn't. I don't know. Like he got rid of his girlfriend a while ago. I don't know who he's dating.
No, he's dating another model.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he is a mama's boy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His mom still sets up the
Yeah,
dates for
Mama
him and
Norris.
his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Lando,
She's his secretary.
You have a
of
date
dates.
tonight with your girlfriend.
Secretary of date.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yes, crowd reaction shots are useless. I agree with that. Crowd, like,
Oh, I do not want to see the crowd.
no, because they all got stupid signs and whatever. But yeah, there was one moment with the crowd this weekend that was truly amazing.
Excuse me.
After the sprint race,
What was it?
it was just that after the sprint race, everyone cheered for Carlos so loud
Yeah.
that like it was hilarious. Like Max and George are just standing there, and the crowd is just like for Carlos as soon as they got down the line to him, and it cracked me up. It was so
Dude,
awesome.
Carlos has a big fan base.
Huge fan
Like I
base.
said, he's one of the most underrated drivers,
sure.
undervalued drivers.
And I think that us in the States love the underdog factor and,
Yeah.
and that he's delivering. It's really cool.
And we're not obsessed with the British guys.
yeah.
We like daredevil, smooth operator Carlos Sainz.
Smooth operator.
Yeah, he's a spicy Spanish guy.
Carlos says that Lando's mom is Zach.
That's true.
And
And
they
Zach
do-
has arranged the dates.
Yes, and they do definitely cut away to a lot of these.
Zach also goes on the dates.
Zach sitting on the pit wall, pretending that he's doing anything at all.
It's so deceptive. That's why I always think Zach is a team principal. I'm like, no, he's the owner. Yeah. Andreas Stella.
There you go.
Hey, Andreas Stella is the team principal.
Correct.
But yeah, Zach likes to pretend that he's there.
Yeah.
Doing the things.
Yeah, exactly. At least Toto Wolff like sits in the garage in his own little spot,
Yeah.
not pretending on the pit wall that he's important.
He is important though.
He is, but he doesn't sit on the pit wall
Oh, yeah.
being like, I'm going to intervene.
Yeah.
He has a button to
He
talk.
is someone that is actually making strategy and whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Strategy to fire George.
Yeah. No, George is locked in. That's the news this week.
I heard that.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything, though.
You still don't think it means anything?
Oh, no.
Do you think George thinks it means something?
George thinks it means something very important.
So yeah, quick shifting of the gears.
Yes,
George
let's, like-
signed a contract at Mercedes.
Let's start getting into the news. That is one
Yeah,
of the
that
first.
is the nerd news of the week.
Right.
That this nerd got signed at Mercedes.
But did you know the details?
Yeah, that if George is able to call out more people for infractions and penalties, they'll give him more money.
Oh,
Yeah,
so he's a steward.
he's a steward now.
I'm glad that was in there. I didn't realize that's that's the holdup for his contract. Oh,
Yeah.
what a relief.
I'll only drive for you if I can get more money if I call out penalties.
Done.
They're like, you've been doing a great job so far. We'll start paying you for it.
The FIA is also going to pay for part of your contract.
You have such a good eye for it.
Track limits. Lando, turn 12.
That's not bad. That does kind of sound like him when he's like in the car,
Yeah.
stressed and driving.
I don't know why it's like almost voice cracking
It
all the
is.
time. It's so
because
funny.
they're exhausted and he's like furious.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So you don't think it's, I mean,
my favorite part of
It's in
this,
writing.
My favorite part of this is to your point, like your joke that you've been making about George Russell forever, is that George Russell like took his Mercedes driver title off of his Instagram to play mind games
oh yeah.
with Mercedes, right? Like, I haven't signed my contract,
Yeah.
so I'm clearly still a free agent, right?
Yeah.
Which was stupid and it didn't work or whatever. But what is actually taking place with his contract is that he wanted a clause written in there that if Mercedes didn't build a car that was competitive enough for him, that he could have an out of his contract.
Oh yeah. George is the one in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The double-edged sword of that contract
Yeah.
is that it swings the other way as well.
Okay.
And that if George doesn't perform, Mercedes has the right to kill his contract.
Axe that contract.
Right.
Yeah.
So they both have some pretty clear exits out of his deal.
Yeah.
And
it's probably very vague on how they defined success or like a fast car or how you're performing.
which Max's was pretty definitive. If they were below, fourth in the Constructors' Championship?
Yeah, they might do a thing like, hey, if you're below fourth by this date,
Right.
or if
By
you
the summer
are
break or whatever.
then like you have an option out.
Right.
So Mercedes is a bit more loosey.
Yeah, if the car isn't competitive to my standards, then
George
I
has
want
some
out of
high
here.
standards.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Mercedes is the other way around. Potentially saying, well, if like Oscar becomes available,
Right.
if Max becomes available, well, all of a sudden George isn't performing really well. Let's
Yeah.
get him out of the seat. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. If Carlos Sainz's song is Smooth Operator, what is George Russell's song?
Oh, wow.
Kyle Marlin has a great suggestion.
Yeah, what is it?
Cry Me a River by Justin Timberlake, which is a great call out.
That is good.
Great
That
song.
is good. I was going to say God Save the King.
That one too. Yeah.
He just hums his national anthem.
What is a radio? That's what we used to speak to Soto.
You mean you don't have a full band that comes over, an orchestra that plays to you to sleep every night?
You don't
I
have
fall
one.
asleep to the London Symphony in my bedroom,
I have one.
and they play great songs.
Sometimes I ask the fiddle just to solo for a minute, and that's when my eyes close tightly and I drift into the sleep.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
So that's what he listens to.
That's
but I like Cry Me a River.
Yeah.
It's great. It is great.
Oh man, that is so good.
Okay,
So
so if we're talking about the race this weekend.
yes, now moving into the race.
Yeah. We had qualifying, sprint qualifying, sprint race.
Yes.
Qualifying, then big race.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me your thoughts. I want to hear kind of your breakdown. I want to build off of that.
Hulkenberg
Yeah.
qualified great for the sprint race.
Yes.
And that was so awesome.
Yeah. Unfortunately, to be undone in the first quarter, but yes.
Oh, yeah. And let's, we can just start there.
Yeah.
Because why not?
I mean, it might as well.
Yeah. It is my opinion. So, like, they're going around the corner. Max is going in, Lando, Oscar, and Hulk.
Yeah.
And Lando kind of like, what is he? Kind of like cut wide.
Yeah.
So Oscar like held back and cut around the underside,
Right.
Which I thought was a great move.
It would be.
But Hulk came in behind him
With
nicked
Alonso
him.
to his inside.
Yeah,
So there's no room for him either.
no, and they all nicked each other, and
Yeah.
then he went into Lando, Oscar into Lando,
Right.
And both of the McLarens are out,
Yep.
which was bonkers. But we talked about it. The first corner at Coda is wild,
Is 100% a opportunity.
and then we said
For chaos.
they go 5 wide,
Yeah.
6 wide,
Yeah, it
and
is-
they did it on that first corner.
Yeah, this is Talladega F1 version, right?
yeah.
Like, why are you guys going 5 deep? You know this doesn't work.
Yeah.
And so it's just
But it was a
complete
great move
chaos.
from Oscar. And I think in the end, I thought it was just like, racing incident.
It really was.
Yeah.
But I will say, Lando drove him deep. He wasn't at the apex at all. And he was running Oscar wide.
Had a good launch from
Right.
third.
Yeah.
He was ahead of Lando going into the corner.
And I know what I like. Look, what was Singapore the last race? Yeah, this is Marina Bay and then Coda, right?
Yeah.
So Oscar is being pushed wide by Lando Norris, and he's flashing back. What happened to me last week when I was caught on the outside, or last race when I was
Yeah.
caught on the outside of Oscar or of Lando? He slammed wheels with me and almost ran me into a wall. Well, at Coda, when you run wide, you run off the track. So if Oscar would have been off track and overtaken Lando, he would have had to give the position back. So Lando's giving Oscar no choice but to fall in line behind him or to do the undercut, which is what Oscar went for.
Yeah, going for the gap.
And so, again, I'm just saying the picture that we're painting here is that this is a product of their own situation, their own mess.
Yeah.
Lando is going to do a predictable push wide. Oscar knows that he can't be there because he's going to use the rules against him to keep him from taking the position. So now he's got to switch back. You've got Hulkenberg and Alonso that are right there. Unfortunately, no space. It takes both cars out.
Yeah.
But the product, and the reason I'm mentioning it this way,
Yeah.
is because this McLaren team order, weird dynamic that they created, the bad racing each other, but Lando goes unpunished, is what now created an accident in Coda that now has handed a bucket of points to Max.
Oh, yeah.
a bucket of points.
This is kind of what we've talked about in the
Right.
past, that this could be a possibility.
Right. So just in the sprint race alone, is just an 8 additional points, completely uncontested.
Holy cow.
No points awarded to either of the two.
Yeah.
But Max gets just a 8-point gain.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay. So this is becoming real
It is becoming real.
just from the sprint race.
Back in like June,
Right.
Max was in third or whatever still, but it was like, no, he's not winning this. He was too far behind in the points.
Right.
But in the past few months, you've seen those points become so close. Max is now consistently winning every freaking race.
Do you want to know the exact number?
Yes, tell me.
Okay. Since the summer break, Max has scored 94 points. Since the summer break, Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris combined have scored 91.
That's a crazy stat.
That is an insane stat.
Wow. McLarens are really splitting the points right now.
And
This is what happened with Ferrari and Kimi Räikkönen.
this is what's happening.
Yeah.
They're handing Red Bull the championship, or they're handing Max the championship by creating this weird dynamic between Oscar and Lando.
Man, fighting within your own team
It is
is disastrous when you have a Max Verstappen competing with your team. And if you think that Max can't win 5, 6, 7 races in a row, what did he do last season?
You're insane if you don't think
How
that
many
he's
did he win in
capable
a
of
row last season? 22?
something the entire season.
The entire season he
Yeah.
won? Yeah. And it seems like Red Bull has dialed in their car enough
Yeah.
to be competitive.
Right.
McLaren, I don't know. They fell back behind in their engineering, or they're just content to wait until next year.
Yep.
Thinking that they were far enough ahead.
Yep.
And now Max is going to throw a spanner into the works.
Right.
Yeah. Someone saying something in the chat. You look like you're.
Blake said that the line Crofty dropped about Max being the T-Rex from Jurassic Park was cold. And it was really funny. He's like, you know that scene in Jurassic Park where they're driving in the Jeep and the T-Rex is chasing them? The T-Rex is Max.
Yeah.
And it's just that like darkness
And
looming.
Lando and Oscar are like Jeff Goldblum, like must go faster,
Yeah,
must go
yeah,
faster, literally
exactly.
trying to get their car to be faster because Max is just outpacing them.
Yep. And,
Yeah.
and it's just, I have some other thoughts to go about
I mean,
that.
if we want to keep down that track, in that Max, if he can get a good pole qualifying position,
Yeah.
which he's going to do, he's done it consistently now.
Yep.
If he can do that, seems like the Ferraris are now like pretty competitive with the McLarens.
Yeah.
So you're just
Though I
leaving-
will say, Ferrari has been competitive at COTA for years. This is
Is
a
this a
track that
consistent
suits their
thing?
style. Yeah.
Okay.
Like Leclerc won, or Sainz won Circuit of the Americas last year.
Oh, okay.
So for
Good
Leclerc
memory.
to have a good run here is not totally surprising.
Okay. But you have Ferrari.
Yes.
And you have Mercedes, and they're both now giving McLaren trouble.
Right.
And if Max is already ahead of that pack,
Right.
you have George Russell competing with both of them McLarens.
Right.
You have Charles Leclerc blocking Lando for the whole race.
Senator of Defense or whatever you call it. Or,
Yeah.
You know, Charles is the defense masterclass king.
Yeah.
Like he will make it impossible to pass him.
Yeah. And so you can easily see that for the rest of the year. If Max can just get ahead of that,
Yeah.
like McLarens are going to struggle with all the rest of the grid.
100%.
And he might just pull away with a championship.
Which I think is at this stage, it's not just likely, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
What did you call this episode?
Don't call it a comeback. Verstappen never left. And it's because he never did.
Yeah.
There was just a small period they had to figure out how to get rid of Christian Horner, apparently.
Yeah. Was he the anchor that was like weighing this team down?
That seems like
Since then, it's been performance.
it's been a massive uptick. And Yuki Tsunoda finished in the points,
Yeah.
which is things that are
which
just
is
not
weird.
happening
Yeah.
prior to the summer break, right? So just crazy.
Craziness.
So, but anyways, the crash of turn one is obviously
Back to the sprint race.
the sprint race was obviously the big talking point. And then we moved toward the race. And here's the thing, and I haven't done research on this, so chat if you guys want to dive in. Oscar's pace in qualifying for SQ1 and 2, 3, he qualified third, like right behind Lando. But when they got to the race qualifying,
he was significantly slower.
significantly slower.
Like 7th?
Yeah, like,
You want to know my theory?
yes. I'm
Before you
curious.
say what's real?
Yeah, well, no, I want to hear what you're thinking.
Okay. So they both crash out at sprint qualifying.
Yeah.
They have to rebuild those cars.
Right.
It is my theory that they rebuilt Lando's first and got it pristine,
Right.
ready to go. And then they just threw Oscars together at the last minute. And they're like, go out there.
Can you pass me that piece of tape?
You saw the suspension was snapped. They just Bondo taped that together. And they're like, go for it, Oscar.
You got this, mate.
And then when he pulled 7th in qualifying, they're like, wow, that should not have even made it out of the garage.
Yeah.
So that's my theory.
That's
Now
a good
you tell
theory.
me what you really think.
I mean, there's two different teams that are working on the cars. There's not like a finishing one over
I don't
the
know. It
other
seems
kind
like,
of deal.
in my opinion, we had I had a friend of the show visit me this weekend. Do you remember Trevor? He was a guest on the show once.
Yes, yeah.
So he was visiting me this weekend. He hadn't been up to date on things. Anyway, I've been telling people, I'm like, you know what? Right now it's Oscar versus Lando. It's Oscar versus the whole McLaren team, the mechanics, Zach Brown, everyone. And it's Oscar versus everyone else on the grid.
Right,
It's
right.
Oscar literally versus the world right now.
It is Oscar
Everyone
versus
else
the world.
has their team to back them.
Right.
It's Max and Red Bull versus the grid.
It's such a sad
It is
reality.
now Oscar versus his team versus the grid. Yeah.
versus the FIA versus it is everything.
Which is why I want him to win.
Yeah,
It is-
totally.
yeah.
I still want him to win despite the Max narrative getting strong.
Dude, I would be okay with Max winning a championship just because it would make Lando mad.
Yeah, totally. Because Lando
and
would
Zach
just
Brown
also look
and
stupid.
Zach Brown would be furious
Yeah.
that he let this slide.
Yeah, the era of Lando Norris
Was
coming
ruined.
to a very
was
short.
ruined by their own weird papaya rules.
Yeah, it comes to a brisk end.
Yeah.
Very quick.
Okay. So why do you think Oscar was slow in real qualifying?
I mean, there's a part of me that's starting to wonder, and if this takes place for the remainder of the year, is the team petty enough that they would be sabotaging his abilities?
Oh, so I'm right.
Well, but here's the thing. Instead of it being like a crash damage repair issue, it would be more of like Oscar needs this from the car
Yeah.
to qualify. He's asking for it to have less understeer.
Okay. Yeah.
Things like that. And then to overcorrect and to make it so the car doesn't do what he wants.
Oh. You
'Cause-
think that'd be an active? Well, of course.
It would be
We're all
easy-
conspiracy theorists at this point when it
Right.
comes to McLaren.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. You've already put this narrative out there
Yeah.
so strong that this isn't a wild idea.
No.
That the mechanics are just being paid a little extra
Yeah.
to make it so Oscar isn't as competitive as Lando.
Do you want to get an invite to the McLaren Christmas party this year?
Seriously, though, your job is now on the line if you help Oscar win the championship.
Everyone gets a nice bonus if Lando gets that championship. Wink, wink. How are we going to help that to work?
It's not that wild of an idea. When we've seen it unfold, and you know, we've been sending back and forth. There's a few reels that have been put together on the internet showing just how many times the papaya rules have just been so skewed towards Lando
Yeah.
and not towards Oscar's favor at all, that it's like, okay, obviously the entire internet knows how biased this is. So if they can just make it so we can't tell, quote unquote, that they're biased now by just making it so Lando's more competitive because he's getting what he wants and Oscar is not,
Yeah.
then they remove the public opinion.
It was, yeah.
But they won't.
No, they won't because of everything that's been so out in the open this
Right.
year. And it was so... Oscar's performance in qualifying was just so different than anything we've seen this year.
Right.
To be in 7th was wild.
Right. Lando's on the front row and Oscar's in 7th. When this year has
When
that
has
happened?
that happened? That's the
When?
thing. It hasn't happened yet.
And this is like
something's up.
We're talking Coda.
Yeah.
How many races this year has Oscar finished higher in qualifying on tracks that were way more challenging than Circuit of the Americas?
Yeah.
And it seems like it's been since Baku that this has been the progression, that they've been kind of undermining a little bit of like
Since
his
they took the
qualifying paces.
championship, the Constructors' Championship, they're buckling it down.
Yeah, and they're going, okay, now that we're going to tighten the screws a little more on Oscar's like screw him
Yeah.
motive, because we don't need him to position or to
true.
finish so high or
Yeah.
whatever. And it just starts to feel like they're ratcheting up a little bit.
Yeah, it's games. They're playing them full send.
Right. So, but in addition to that, here's where I think that Oscar is cool as a cucumber, and he handles this stuff so well
Yeah.
that he's being interviewed, and you know how the press are. They're like set up for the question they want an answer to, like an emotional reaction to.
Yeah.
Because that's what'll be posted online, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And they go, hey, so Oscar, you know, finishing this race, Max is within 40 points. Lando's within 18 or whatever it is. How does that make you feel right now as the championship leader?
Yeah.
And his response was, well, I'd still rather be where I am than where they are.
Did not hear that.
And I was like, damn. What an answer.
That's so great.
This is so good.
Just a subtle reminder that I'm still winning.
I'm still leading the championship.
Yeah.
And finishing 7th or 5th or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Still has me leading the championship.
I'd also rather be Oscar than Lando. I'd rather be me than that guy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Not a bad answer at all.
That's cool.
So, but anyway, so we can move past our sprint race and start talking about the race.
Yeah, the actual race.
Which
wasn't as exciting as the sprint race.
Holy cow, was it
wish
boring.
It was.
It was really boring.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How did anyone survive that first turn? I was just hoping. Hoping.
They got through squeaky clean. But
wait, which race was it? And I forget. Sorry, I think it was the sprint race where Lance Stroll torpedoed into Ollie Bearman.
That was Ocon. It was during the sprint
Ocon.
race.
Yeah, sprint race.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, it was
I thought it was a sprint race.
Yeah. Because who had? Oh no. Okay, yeah. It was sprint race. Sorry.
It was the funniest crash to me, even though it was into Ocon. I'm like, son of a, don't do this to Haas.
Yeah.
But
But
still.
like literally, I don't know how someone's hand could be up that fast. He locked up and crashed into him, and his hand was already like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'll give him credit that he immediately owned it. Like, I am a big doofus.
Yeah,
I really missed
did
my
not look
breaking
like
point.
strategic or anything. Just almost like a straight T-bone into the. I was like, oh, ugh, you idiot, you muppet.
It was
okay. Anyway, real race.
Yeah, but the real race. I mean,
should we talk about Haas and
Yes.
Ollie Bearman and Yuki Tsunoda?
yes,
Yeah. I don't really get moving under braking, but when I saw the replay of Ollie Bearman and Yuki Tsunoda, I think I understood it because it seemed like Yuki hit the brakes and moved to like juke out Ollie Bearman. And is that pretty much what moving under braking is? I hear it a lot.
yes. Where I will give grace, even though I'm a Haas fan, where I will give grace is that Yuki's excuse in that moment could be that I moved back so he didn't crash into me.
What is that?
So he went to defend the line, which would have been moving once under braking. So like
Okay.
when you go into the braking zone, you're allowed to move once, but twice is when you get a penalty.
Okay.
Because like if you switch back when they dive the other direction, that's going to for sure cause an accident, right? So they tell you that you can basically initial move, brake, and that's all you can do.
In that case, Yuki kind of, that's what he did.
He kind of juked and then saw that Ollie kind of ran into the dirt and went right. And I think that it could be seen as avoiding a collision, which I think is a debatable thing. As a Haas fan, I want to say it was, ill-timed and whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it's a little bit of a gray area. But
Okay.
again, this is something that's like the stewards gave Ollie a penalty and then didn't give Yuki one when it was going against a Haas. I truly do think that there is some crazy bias towards the team.
Yeah. But Ollie
In an
finished
unfair
in the
way.
points, right?
He did. He finished ninth.
Ollie's great.
And that was one thing that I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah.
We'll get into the race, I promise. But
This is the race.
yeah, but this is part of it. What is going on with Esteban?
Yeah.
Like Ollie's out qualifying him and finishing in the points every week. Where is Esteban?
Esteban is consistently finishing in the bottom 15.
Right.
Yeah, it's not good.
And it's strange given his track record.
And his skill.
right.
Yeah.
And like we've been a little bit unfair to him at times because of
we
like,
won't shy away from that.
Yeah.
It was a worry thing when he got to the Haas team.
right.
Because of how we've treated him in the past.
Yeah.
Because of how he's treated other people
And because of the way he walks.
and runs.
It's a little
There's a
interesting.
weird video out there. And how does this guy drive a car if he's running like that?
How is he smooth at all?
Yeah. Is this why he has a cat? I mean, I like cats, but
I don't associate a cat with him.
again, this is like
more
Netflix footage showing us. This is like Nick DeVries all over again.
Cleaning the window.
Yeah. But no, a race winning driver
Blake says Ocon is getting replaced by Magnussen. I would love that. I would
Another
totally
comeback.
welcome him back again. Another Viking comeback.
They just keep bringing him back.
Just like every other year.
Yeah. He's in his 60s. And Magnussen's back.
They
And
actually
he's
bring
just like, kill me, please.
They actually bring Jan Magnussen in. They're like,
oh, yeah.
get Kevin's dad.
Father-son duo.
So good.
Yeah. But Esteban, to be outperformed by a rookie.
And we get it. It's
crazy.
Ollie Bearman, who's
awesome.
really good.
I love that he's on the team.
And I love seeing him race Antonelli.
I wish Esteban was up there fighting with Ocon.
Right.
Not like fighting with Ocon, but like driving and getting consistent point finishes.
Well,
with
it would be so much
with
better for
Bearman, for Haas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right now, the Constructors' Championship is getting tougher with Carlos Sainz finishing on the podium in the sprint race, with Williams getting points finishes, or Aston Martin or whatever. It's just gets increasingly difficult.
And Ollie Bearman is continually putting that car in the position where if there is an upset, a crash, an opportunity, Haas could get on the podium.
Right.
Ollie Bearman's in that zone.
100%.
Esteban also needs to be in that zone. Like, we've proven the Haas can be up there.
Right.
Maybe something with the car setup is not something that he's used to, and he can't handle it.
Yeah.
What?
Sloon says, if it wasn't for the Haas factor, I'd rather hang out with George Russell than Ocon. It's a pretty...
It's pretty.
It's
real.
up there. It's
we
up there.
need to do an activity where we rank the drivers on how cool they would be to go to Taco Bell with.
Yeah. Which one? That's a good way to
Good
do
one,
it.
yeah.
Who's the guy to
It's 12 o'clock at night. You need your fourth meal. Which driver are you taking?
who you shooting who you shooting hoops with, bro? While
Rank
eating an
'em.
empanada.
Rank them.
Yeah.
Yeah. George Russell's not on the list.
Not-
Because we already know he's number 20.
Yeah.
Well, number
for sure.
22.
Yes.
Now that Perez and Bottas are coming in.
Yeah. I would love
We'll do that.
I'd love to spit some game with Sergio Perez over a caramel apple empanada.
Yeah.
It'd be like, you tell me how much you like Taco Bell.
He's like, this is very authentic.
I don't know about authenticity, but enjoying it. Those are two different things.
Yeah. Esteban and Ollie.
Yeah. And Blake says that Ollie is only 8 points behind Ocon, which that gap was huge at one point.
Oh, wow.
So the swing has been aggressive.
Yeah. Okay. Crazy.
Much like the points for Max and Lando and Oscar.
Okay. More of the race, though.
Yes.
Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris.
Was the only thing to watch
Yeah.
at the Circuit of the Americas.
What was your thoughts there?
Again, kind of like you said, like even in the British broadcast version, they were talking about how Lando had shown his hand almost too much on what his maneuvers were going to be, and that's why he wasn't getting the job done.
Yeah.
And because there was a lot of overtaking attempts
Yeah.
until he finally was able to
lots of
accomplish
attempts,
it.
Yeah.
Which I will give him credit. He was able to get it done.
Yeah. Like he did it.
But and on a soft tire when Charles was on what I would have considered the better tire at the time, but they were older and there's some factors there. But I think that battle was pretty great. It was good to see the Ferrari be competitive this weekend, kind of to what you were saying earlier. And I feel like their eggs are so in that next year basket at this point that you can see the performance is just waning from Ferrari. But the convergence of the field at the moment, it seems like everybody's just put all their eggs in next year.
Oh, yeah. Coda is this track where, and there might be a few of these throughout the season, but it's this track where you often get like an overtaking attempt on a corner.
Right.
And you're like, oh, he did it. But the drivers have like 3 more corners looping right after that.
Right.
And so for this instance, like Lando might be getting the jump on Charles, but Charles is already thinking 3 corners ahead. He's like, oh no, like I actually have the line.
Right.
This needs to play out for a few more corners to actually see what's happening.
Right.
And as a new watcher or someone that forgets about these things, it's fascinating to watch because it's the way that the racing line is and hitting the different apex. And then when you finally get to like a straight or something, it's like, it depends on that whole section. It's not just one overtake and go.
Right.
It's like, you're playing this game, bouncing back and forth to eventually be like, no, in the last corner, I'm actually going to be ahead because of how I'm positioning this car in all these other corners.
Right.
And it's fascinating to me, and it's wild. And I
Yeah.
don't know how that happens.
No, I think that's a great analysis. Great observation of how the layout of the track
Yeah.
makes such a difference for overtaking. Because at some tracks, it's so straightforward.
Yeah.
It's like, we're going to go into this 90 degree. There's a DRS
Monza
that comes
is
up.
basically just like an oval with a chicane in it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, it's very straightforward. But where you're going through all of the, like that section that's kind of after the long
After the
straightaway.
long straight, it goes into these like just S's, giant C's and S shaped
Yeah.
corners.
Yeah, so the big front straight comes around to the big turn one,
Yeah.
and then you go through the S's that go back and
The
forth.
fake Cobbs and Beckett's.
Yeah, but they're very high speed, flat
They're
out.
so fast.
But then it starts to tighten up as you get to turn like 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to back off the accelerator before you go into that next section. Then there's the second huge straightaway,
Yeah.
and that one I think is one of the best opportunities for overtaking. But what then comes up is what you're saying is that
those-
it's such a mixture of, there's like 4 right-handers
Yeah.
that then lead into a series of lefts.
Yeah.
And so if you're on the outside, if you could just hang out, then you'll be on the inside for the next
Yeah.
series of lefts.
Yeah, it's weird.
And you can get the job done. But yeah, this is part of what makes COTA such a good racetrack for overtaking. If the DRS train effect isn't so bad, it can be great for that reason.
Yeah.
Because that section is, you could stay wheel to wheel for so long.
And and you'll have to forgive me for not knowing what corners these are, but it's in that section after that big long straight where they go into the big rights or then the big lefts. or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And there was one shot where they would show, and you'd see the cars coming around one corner, and then they're following the racing line, and they swoop really wide, and they go really wide to go into the next corner.
Right.
And in my dumb brain, as like someone who hasn't watched a lot of Formula One, I see these cars going so wide through these corner sections, and I'm thinking like, why doesn't a driver just cut that first corner so sharp and cut between all the swooping curves that they're making?
Yeah,
just
yeah.
draw a straight line through all of it.
Yeah.
And hit that next corner and just go off. Like,
Right.
why not try it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
It depends, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just depends. Are you saying like off track or on track?
Oh, on track,
Okay.
off the racing line.
Yeah.
There seems to be one corner, especially at COTA, where I'm like, if you went just straight while all these drivers are doing these big sweeping racing line things,
Yeah.
you could save like 100 yards.
I think that what you're saying would be like an opportunity for like a switch.
Yeah, like, but you'd be breaking a toe,
Right.
and you'd be probably in some marbles.
Right. And that is a huge factor in this particular race weekend because they switched the tire compounds to try to make it a 2-stop race, which really caused a lot of deck.
Yeah. Do you think like going off the racing line to maybe try a new racing line? Do you
Yeah.
think picking up that many marbles would actually ruin things? What?
Blake says Max is perfectly describing Lance Stroll's driving style.
I am coaching Lance Stroll.
Max is describing a torpedo maneuver.
I'm
which
actually
is what-
trying to get feedback for Brazil and Mexico because Lance is asking questions.
Yeah, he's like, last year I tried to off-road and it really didn't pan out for me.
And I'm sorry, Lance. That
Yeah.
was my bad. That was on me.
Max is like, I used to have this Cherokee and it was super sick.
Dude, you can just cut through that corner.
You could I bet you can make it through it, no problem.
Yeah. So Aston Martin isn't returning my calls anymore. And that was my one shot at working in
Max
F1.
pretending not to know who Pedro de la Rosa was a minute ago was fully just to protect his own ego. Pedro's been dodging his calls bad.
That's just something, and I get the reasons why, like you want to stay in the draft, you want to stay in the toe, or you don't want to go on the marbles. But then there's some long straights on some races.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is such a tangent.
No.
But you'll see them like swooping and like doing these long current to like curves,
Like arcs.
And I'm
yeah.
like, just like drive straight,
yeah.
just drive straight, and you'll pass 2 or 3 people, won't you?
It's probably more about the exit momentum, which is something we were talking about, like with Top Gear's reasonably priced car. When you look at like the F1 driving line
Yeah.
versus the celebrities, the celebrity driving line is like hard brake into the first corner,
Yeah.
and like 90 degree it,
Yeah.
and all the F1 drivers are like way swoopy and just do this massive thing because they carry way more speed.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's my
No, they're
Me
doing it for a
trying-
reason. They're doing it for a reason.
Yeah.
And I watched the Gran Turismo movie.
Oh, which is great.
Yeah, and in it, he's like, I think there's a line that they're not taking that's faster on like Le Mans or something.
Yeah.
And he did it and he won or something. And I was like, yeah, why don't they all do that?
Yeah. What are they doing?
Well, isn't there a faster racing line?
I feel like it's obvious.
I would think that the drivers that are driving right now have done it before.
Right.
And they probably know what they're doing now.
Maybe.
So I'll leave it in their hands for now.
I think that's wise. But
And when I'm ready to give more feedback for Aston Martin, I'll let them know.
we'll ask Blake. But I feel like the other things that I wanted to touch on from this race, there's so much.
Yeah.
But I feel like mainly what ended up taking place in this race, where we've touched on most of it, but Ocon finishing so much lower than Bearman. Charles Leclerc, I feel like, did kind of deserve the driver of the day title for just what he was able to put out. But in the cool down room, I feel like he said, I'm surprised they didn't start you on the soft tire, which I agree with him.
Yeah.
If Lando had started on the soft,
Yeah.
he might have been able to pass Max. And that would have changed the strategy of the race big time. And you saw how deep everybody ran on that soft tire. They were able to make it last.
Oh, yeah. It was wild.
That would have completely changed the outcome. Now, there's one other theory that I wanted to bring to your attention.
Let's do it.
Because I think that like we could Texas it up a little for next year. So just
Yeehaw.
thinking 2026.
Yep.
And I want to draw on Star Wars for something here.
Classic Texas.
Yeah, super Texas, but super American. Star Wars
I understand
related.
the world through Star Wars. So this is great.
Okay, all right. So
George Lucas Star Wars.
even though the prequels didn't look like great movies until they made the sequel trilogy.
Until Disney came along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think pod racing.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, heck yeah.
We get into these long races where there's just no safety car, and we could have had one, but they chose the VSC, which I hate.
Are you going where I think you're going?
If they put some Tuscan Raiders,
Sand people.
if you put some Tuscan Raiders, and you just go like, this is a way too long of green flag run, and you just have someone just pick off a tire as they're going past.
This is your theory?
Yeah.
That is kind of Texas.
It would be super Texas, and especially the cars that are not going to finish in the points anyways.
Oh, yeah.
It's like we get a safety car at that point.
Yes.
It resets the field.
Yep.
Because I feel like if there's one thing that we've learned from NASCAR is that their stage break idea ain't the worst thing I've seen. Because they get in these long, drawn out green flag races.
Yeah.
And you're like, gosh, this is like watching paint dry.
Yeah.
The gaps are huge and nothing interesting is
Nothing's
happening.
No shakeups, no passing.
And so it's like, I almost wonder, is there a version of this, if that was going to go into a video game version of F1, that the FIA just has a button to push that just goes, safety car. This is so boring, it needs a disruptor.
They just have a section of the asphalt on an apex that flips over and it's little spikes. You can avoid it.
You can, but you have to know it's there.
But you have to know it's there.
You run the risk every time you go past it.
Yeah.
It's on the fastest line. But if you don't want to run that risk, you go around it.
That would shake things up for sure.
I'm just saying that even if we didn't go that far,
Last week we talked about gimmicks to make it more interesting, and we thought it was stupid. This
was
week we
stupid.
are all on board.
we are all on board.
We got that American attitude back in us while watching the Texas Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And now we want to commoditize it. We want to make it cool, and we want to get that Nintendo sponsorship. Yeah.
I'm just saying that it doesn't. Blake says, "How about a drain cover in Vegas?"
Oh,
I mean, it's pretty much
that's what they had tried.
they tried it. It just happened during practice
It came off at the wrong spot.
and on the wrong guy. But I do think that there'd be like, even if it wasn't something as gimmicky,
Yeah.
but just to say like, all right, we've gone a total amount of laps where there's no passing. Everyone's doing a fuel and tire strategy, and it has gotten so boring that we're going to do a reset button. And I know that that sounds insane, but just to give us give us an opportunity to be like, you can't win that easy. So it's been 25 laps since we've had anyone pass anyone.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed. Everything's going to plan. We're disrupting.
Yeah.
And we're going to reset this and be like, okay, everybody restart, go get new tires. We're going to have it. We're going to have a full blown battle to the finish now.
Yeah.
It's so dumb and gimmicky.
It is
but-
dumb. It's gimmicky. It's not fair to the Red Bull who's like, man, we crushed it.
Right.
But it's great for the fans.
But it's fantastic stuff for the fans.
Speaking of which,
anyways,
near the end, the Alpines fighting.
Oh yeah,
Colapinto sticking it to Gasly.
The best.
For 17th.
yeah,
So in case you didn't know, the Alpine cars were running 18th and 17th. Colapinto was in 18th.
right.
And they were like, team orders, don't fight.
Yeah.
And Colapinto's like, I'm going to pass Gasly.
Like what? He's slow.
yeah, screw this.
yeah,
Which at first I was like, why are they doing this?
right.
Just finish the race. But then I remembered back to previous episodes that we talked about the mindset of a champion. And when your car isn't competitive, it's like, how else are teams going to notice you? Well, Colapinto's now standing out as being like, no, I can pass my driver.
Right.
Gasly's a race winner. I'm going to pass him.
Right.
No one's going to get
I
behind.
have to prove
Yeah.
something, some kind of audition.
Yeah.
If it's not for you guys, then who else?
Exactly.
And yeah, he's in the right mindset for being
That's
like,
what
how
you
do you
need.
figure out what you do next year?
And that was a fun little thing at the
Yeah.
end there. So
And I mean, and
liked that.
especially in a race of not a lot of that happening. Thank you, Colapinto.
Thank you. You are the honorary winner of this episode.
I don't know.
A British
like-
song for
yeah,
that
but
French.
for the
Is he French?
Argentine flag
on a French team.
yeah. I better get that right. The Argentines don't take kindly to
Not the ones I know.
misrepresentation. No.
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 If I'm thinking of the ones that I'm thinking of.
Oh, I don't know.
Let's not go there. Let's not. Let's end this podcast on a happy note.
On a high note.
Yeah. And that is next race, Mexico. C,
Bingo.
the Taco Bell Grand Prix.
Yes.
Please make it happen.
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Race Moss.
Race Moss.
2025.
Yokiro Grand Prix.
Yes.
It'd be amazing.
It would be so good.
Uh-huh.
Just like the food at Taco Bell.
The Taco Bell food.
Yes.
Get the Crunchwrap Supreme. I just had the crispy chicken soft taco for a limited time only at Taco Bell.
Okay, so but the thing about this race is that Red Bull is
I'm really trying to get Taco Bell sponsorship now.
Well, we should try for that.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing about this race
Uh-huh.
is that Red Bull have been strong here for the last decade. This
Yeah.
has been like one of those races that they destroy at.
Mm.
So I'm going to just go ahead and say it. Max Verstappen's going to win this race.
Okay. Great prediction.
That also leads us into Interlagos, another track that he really does
He
well
dominates there.
on. And so we're looking at another Max Verstappen
You're
win.
predicting 2 more Max wins in a row.
I really
Let's
do
go
think it's
for
going to
it.
happen.
I think this is turning out to be a very exciting year.
It's going to be a bloodbath to the
Last
finish.
time we had this exciting of a year was 2021, and it was just Max and Lewis.
Right.
Now it's Max and both of the McLarens.
Right.
If Max pulls out, wins the championship, greatest of all time,
Right.
discussions.
It might happen.
And people might be like, well, Lewis was good in his time.
right.
Max beat Lewis in his time.
Right.
With Lewis's dominant car.
With the dominant car. Right.
and Max ended Lewis's reign.
right.
It's
And
like,
Sergio Perez, not that competitive. Valtteri Bottas, very competitive.
Yeah.
Right. Like it was a different era, but just to
I
say,
think Max is dominant in both eras.
right.
Maybe better than Lewis.
Right. And it might be showing itself.
Well, we all know that Lewis is working hard on his next clothing line for Ferrari. Little discussion on if he's driving that car or in the simulator for next year's car.
No, but plus 44.
Plus 44 merch, the new Ferrari clothing line. It's looking great.
We got some things.
He might win the championship at next year's Milan Fashion Week.
Yeah.
He might be crowned fashion champion of the world.
He's
the
gonna
camera
get-
has not cut to me at all during my rant right now.
He's going
which
to
is
get
sad.
He's going to get all the accolades for the Met Gala, for the Ferrari Milan thing, for the plus 44, for all the things.
And how many championships of race wins is Ferrari going to get? 0.
None.
Which, for all you Ferrari fans out there, I'm excited.
I just can't
I'm
wait.
happy that you chose this team to root for.
Yeah, I can't wait for Williams.
All you American
to get
Ferrari
a championship
fans.
before Ferrari does.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's totally possible.
I still don't understand American Ferrari fans that have come in since COVID.
Okay.
I mean, if you're an old Ferrari fan,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
But like you're coming in being like, oh, I heard Ferrari is a team. It's like, well, you should be racing for the Americans.
It's this one.
Yeah.
It's this guy that made me a Ferrari fan, and that was Sebastian.
Oh, I thought you were saying like it's Max that made you a Ferrari fan by showing how. I don't know.
No, Sebastian Vettel going to Ferrari is what made me a Ferrari fan.
Okay.
But at this point, the hurt is so deep.
Yeah.
You can't
With
keep
Ferrari.
going. Yeah,
It is the championship killer. It is the champion killer.
It makes everyone's heart just
They
hurt
bring
wrong.
in world-class championship drivers and they just neuter them in the car. The cockpits have little neutering devices and then they leave sad, weak,
they all
pathetic
just,
men.
Maybe it's not even neutering. It's just
A eunuch device.
it's what is it when you get snipped? What do they call that?
A vasectomy machine.
Yeah. It's just a vasectomy, which doesn't really do anything other than make it so you can have kids.
But you get to drive a Ferrari.
but you get to drive this Ferrari. It's quite suave.
It's pretty cool.
Carlos says that Lewis has to win at least one race with Ferrari, which I don't think.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, next year again, they're putting a lot of eggs in that basket. And they did start 22 really strong,
Yeah.
so there's a possibility that 26 starts off really strong.
I still would be a fan to see Lewis come back and win a championship.
Yeah,
Because I would love to see the old guy like break all the records and do all of the cool things.
Yeah,
We haven't seen it. Michael Schumacher came back and didn't do it.
right.
And like I wanted Daniel Ricciardo to return and do it, and
Right.
he wasn't able to do it. Lewis went to Ferrari, hasn't done it.
Right.
I want to see it for the people my age.
Fernando is going to be the one
Yeah.
who
I want to believe that I could still be in the car seat. I don't want the young 20-year-olds proving it to me that I can't be a race car driver.
Right.
Lewis, you're my only hope.
Yeah, but Fernando
And I hate saying it.
Fernando at Aston Martin has one last chance.
Goodness, that would be rad.
And I'm telling you, Brad Pitt, if we're going to see the Brad Pitt story arc come true,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be through Fernando,
Dude.
not Lewis.
Either one. But Fernando would be fun.
It would be really cool to see Fernando get his third.
Oh, heck yeah.
I am all for it.
He would be unleashed.
Yeah.
Lewis,
you would get all
Lewis
the
would
dance
be
moves
so
back.
high and mighty, and it would be annoying.
Yeah. Still I rised.
Still, I finally rose with Ferrari.
Did you say rised, Lewis?
I rised. I rosed. I rosed.
I rose apothecaried.
Oh, I'm just still so blessed as I rose. Ah, it is the spirit of Roscoe leading me to victory. Whereas
do it.
Fernando would just be partying.
Oh, he would just be dancing.
He'd be
and
like-
doing all the things that
He's
he did
like,
before.
time to bring back some grid girls. And I would agree.
Be like, yeah, and more wags shots, more wags, grid girls. Fernando's got that's his
Can we?
championship.
Oh my gosh, we are so over time.
yeah,
But I wanted to go off on Apple purchasing the rights to the F1 TV streaming in America.
we're gonna have
rights.
to talk about it next week now.
Okay. But if Apple can make a broadcast of just the wives and girlfriends with the picture in the picture of the race happening,
When you're like,
might be into it.
On the
And you know
sidebar.
how you can select the broadcast of like, oh, I want Brundle or I want Crofty. You can just be like, I want Carlos's girlfriend. I want Charles' girlfriend. I just want to watch her reaction right now.
but like, is it just
Where's
50
Chris Hemsworth? I want to watch him right now.
It's like 55 plus one.
Yeah.
So what you just click the number, but it says plus one, and that's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
get to see the wags.
Yeah.
I think that's
See
a
their
great
POV
idea.
camera.
Yeah. I like the plus one category.
great,
That's
yeah.
a real good one.
Lando's mom, which is Zach Brown.
So good.
So I'm going to be contacting Apple
It's a good
with
idea.
my amazing broadcasting ideas.
I think it's a good one.
Yeah, chat. Please put in the chat which celebrity you would want to have a dedicated camera shot of the whole race.
Put it in there.
Is it Shaq? Is it Matthew McConaughey? Is it Drew Barrymore? She went to a race and that kind of bugged me. Who is it? Is it George Bush?